Um, Joe and his beautiful wife, Brooke, and we go way back to Stephen Decatur days. Um, so if anybody was confused, either Sam or Samantha is totally fine. I respond to either. Um, so let's go ahead and dive in. I've made a little presentation for you guys, but I really want to have enough time to answer your nitty-gritty questions because I know that those are the questions that you are seeing in real time with your prospects. I'm going to go ahead and dive in to the presentation and then I will free a decent amount of space up for your questions. All right, hang on just a second. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Okay, we're here. All right. Can everybody see the full screen?
Yes, perfect.
Awesome. Let me head back to the beginning. All right. So we are going to really
It
dive
actually,
into.
it seems like it's stalled there, Sam,
Uh-oh.
Mantha. I don't know why.
Well, you know what? I will just do this. We'll just reset.
Sam, it may be this beautiful Ocean Pines internet. You may want to turn off your camera as well.
Oh, yeah, that's quite possible. Let me do that. There we go.
Although we're sorry not to see you.
You can see my beautiful photo.
There, that's perfect now.
Awesome. Okay. So this is to help you guys feel more familiar with the platform that you're selling in order to help you be more confident in selling it. I had a meeting with Corey last week that he mentioned on school, and we had a moment where we talked about the fact that you can't, it's hard to sell something you don't believe in, and it's hard to believe in something you don't understand. So we are going to take this time to help you understand what MarketChair is so you can believe in it, and that will translate to more sales, to more interest, and to future MarketChair clients. So these are the three questions that I really want you guys to be able to answer for any prospects. Who is MarketChair? So we lead with who here, right? That's the most important thing. So you want them to not only feel confident in the platform, but feel confident in you as the salesperson and in the support that they will be continuing to receive. Um, People are sketchy. A lot of people are sketched out, especially by sales. So that first connection with you and your prospects is so important. They need to be able to trust you and they need to be able to feel confident in what you're selling them. And it's hard to trust somebody who kind of, beats around the bush but never gets to that real important stuff. They tend to shy away from that. So this will allow you to be able to be confident in their questions and know those answers and gain more trust through that confidence. What does it do? That's pretty explanatory. How does MarketChair help and why should they care? Why are they spending their time listening to this? What is it going to bring them in the future? How is it going to help their business? So the first question that I would ask a client prospect of mine is, what is your time worth to you? And let's see why. So I'm going to actually exit out of here. And we're going to dive into the platform itself to show just how much MarketChair can save time. Time is valuable to a business owner, especially the ones like Joe talked about in that category with home service repairs and things like that. They are always on the go. They are nonstop. And the more nonstop they are, the more money they bring in. So they don't want to stop. But they also have to show up. They have to show up on Google. They have to show up on social media because that's how they bring more clients in to maintain that continuous energy. So this platform helps them be able to show up across the board without giving precious time away all the time. Let's find out how. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is our little back door here. This is our settings, and it's right here on top. And we're going to go into our business profile. This is probably the most important part of MarketChair right here, because this is the information that is going to be pushed out all across the web. It's going to be consistent. It's going to be accurate. And it's going to be everywhere. So we've got your address, your service areas, your phone number, your email, your website, all of that information. We push down here, we've got your hours. And you know, that's actually a pretty big thing because you would be surprised at how many places show inconsistent hours across platforms. They might show 9 to 4 on Google and then 9 to 5 on Yahoo or Facebook. And all of those inconsistencies will stunt their organic growth across these platforms. Then we get into the fun stuff. These are your keywords and services. They're not going to show up on the front end of Google. None of these are shown, but these are how Google helps our clients get in front of the audience that they want to be in front of. And I'm going to show my next screen here. What if you could reach your ideal customers? That is a important aspect of MarketChair, because not only are we saving time because all of these keywords get pushed out across all platforms, but we are saving time while honing in on the right person. We are honing in on the right audience. Now, Google ads are great. Facebook ads are great. Instagram ads are great. And they serve their purpose, but they are casting a wide net and not necessarily picking up the nuances of who their audience really needs to be. This is how they organically create that funnel to being in front of the right person at the right time. And we do this all ourselves on the back end. This is part of their onboarding process. So they tell us what they're looking for. They tell us what we want to be in front of, who we want to share with, and then we go from there and optimize those keywords to show up on Google in ways that they have not shown up yet. So it's really, really cool. And then we continue to optimize by troubleshooting, tweaking, changing throughout their MarketChair journey. And every time we do that, that's a little bit more organic growth, because every time that you interact with Google and you engage, Google's going to like that. It's going to eat it up and it's going to push towards the top. That's how organic growth is really, really necessary for these smaller businesses, because it's going to push them towards the top of their actual chosen audience. So these are all the little things that we put in for them. We can even put their logo in. We can put cover photos in. We can put one for Facebook and push it out to their Facebook. And again, these are all things that we do. So I create new like cover photos and things like that for our clients. I'll give you an example. This is one of our newer clients, Tranquility by Heather. She's awesome. And this is one of her, sorry, my little thing keeps getting in the way. This is one of the things that we created for her. So we created her cover page and we pushed that across Google, across MarketChair, and across Facebook. Now, all of this goes to here, our listings. All of that same consistent, precise information, this is where it pushes out to. It's not just Google. It's not just Facebook. It's everywhere. And it just keeps going. Some of these places I've never even heard of. And what the crazy thing is that you got to think these are all websites that people use. I mean, why don't you actually throw in the chat how many people have heard of City Squares as a search engine? Anybody heard of them? Anybody use them? Somebody does. If you were a business owner, would you think to put your information on City Squares? Probably not. Would you want to take the steps to go and put it on every single platform there ever was? Probably not. That would take hours, days, weeks, maybe. So instead, we put it back here in their business profile one time. They don't even have to do it. We do it for them. And then it pushes out across that entire web. So back to our little presentation, the third question for them would be, what if you could send your message across the web from one platform? Because that's what you're doing. You are sweeping the web. You are making contact with customers that you might have never, ever been able to make contact before. Because how would you know to put your information on Silex and Bell and BBB and all those things? Well, maybe BBB, but so it's going to save you that time. It's going to save you that effort, and it's going to put you in front of more of the audience that you want to be in front of. That is huge. If you break it down to those three big parts of running a business, you're already going to have a foot in the door. They're already going to be thinking, okay, well, yeah, that does. It takes me so long to update my business. It takes me so long to, respond to reviews and all of that stuff that I have to do, that maintenance that continues. It's all right there. And Corey brought up a really good point in our conversation about explaining the value of continuing market share, not just signing on to, but continuing. All of that information is proprietary to our platform. So if it goes away, if they cancel their subscription, if they decide that it's not for them, it's no longer connected to all of those places. If we turn this off, it turns off across the board. So that's them losing money out of their pockets just by canceling the subscription. And how much money it's compared to some of the places that for marketing that charge, 3-4 times this amount. How much is it worth to them to be able to see this growth in real time and connect with customers that they would have never been able to connect with before? So here are the three things that I really want you guys to focus on when you're talking about answering these questions for your clients or your prospects. Number one, optimizing those keywords, their services and locations, making sure that, we are putting them in front of the people they want to be put in front of. Number two, showing up consistently and efficiently across the board. Just like I showed you on those listings, being able to easily put input data and then push it out everywhere. And saving time and resources with AI. And that's what's going to come next. So we talk about the AI a lot, right? We talk about all the things it can do. It's amazing. It's awesome. It thinks for us. But do we see that in action? Absolutely. 100%. Let me give you an example. One of the things we do is we make these awesome response templates to any review that comes through Google or Facebook. And these responses are going to automatically respond to our clients' reviews. So whether or not, it's a good review or it's a not so great review, as long as it is not a negative review with a comment, one of these responses will come up. The AI will scan the review and pick which response would fit the best. So you're not getting a canned cookie cutter response every time. It's not the same thing. We personalize them. It calls them out by name automatically, and it responds to them based on how that language is being used in their review. And the only reason we don't put responses to lower star reviews with a comment is usually that's a problem that, needs to be kind of taken care of personally, right? That's something that the customer is going to want to get involved with. So in that case, instead of sending a response, they actually send our clients messages through our platform, and it will come right into these inboxes here. And our clients can actually respond directly through our platform. So they come to one place for their inbox, and this inbox not only has their reviews, it has their Facebook messages, it has their web chat messages, it has everything right here. So you can go to one spot, answer everything you need to answer, and keep going about your day. Again, time saver, time saver. This is a huge thing for businesses on the go. So much easier. We also can send campaigns out to boost reviews. So like Joe was talking about, the business with 38 reviews that wants to compete with the one with 8,000. How is he going to do that? Well, he's going to want to send out campaigns. He's going to want to send out review requests to bring those in. So we can do that right from our system. We can set up text campaigns and email campaigns that run automatically through our contacts and get sent out to their customers and engage with them in a way that helps boost those reviews, helps their customers want to review. Easy, click a link type of thing, sends them right to it, and they know what to do from there. So let me give you an example. These are just 3 reviews in this last month that our campaigns have helped with in 3 different clients' spaces.
Or is that something the client goes in to craft it, or how does that work?
Either one. So they are absolutely able to go do it themselves. That's one of the things we teach in the onboarding process. But if they ever want support in getting them up and running, I have no problem supporting that. In fact, I have for most of our clients. Some clients are much more tech savvy. and they kind of want to do it themselves, and we onboard them and set them free, and they get to, take it on and leverage it to their business the way they want to. And we're just here for their background support. And then some people I'm much more hands-on with, and they want that guidance and that step-by-step process all the way through. And I don't mind either.
You know what, Samantha, that what you just described was so powerful when you answered Sandra's question. Like, did you guys get that? That's it. Like, that's it right there, right? That we can like customize this whole experience for our clients. I'm just so grateful for that.
Well, here, I'll actually show you a different way. So let's do this. Important. This is something that can make or break a business. It really can. It's that big. So, lean hard into this. Lean hard into this, because let's just take an example from Heather. Her last review before MarketChair was October 4th. She's already got a new review, and she started like the first week, almost the second week of March. That's a really fast turnaround. That's something that they're going to be able to see right away. That's really, really exciting. And it's really something that you can hang your hat on. All right. Yep, absolutely. We've got a client that came on last month, and they run CPR classes. That's what they do. And it's a really awesome business. And they actually pushed out a review campaign right after one of their classes. I believe they used a QR code that we provide, by the way. And it sent them to a review, and they got like 6 new reviews from one course.
Wow.
That's amazing. And Google is like eating it up. I mean, that's dessert for Google. That's a big
I
old
love
chocolate
that.
cake right in front of it.
That's dessert for Google.
For
That's
real.
good. Googly eyes. Yeah, that's good. Google googly eyes. That's good.
Yeah, that's a big thing. They can become a recognized brand through our platform.
Mhm.
Just through our platform.
Yeah.
They can become a household name through our platform, because they get to show up everywhere, and they don't have to lift barely a finger for it. All right, Curtis, we can go to you. And then if anybody has any other questions, I am happy to answer them.
Thank you. This is awesome stuff, and thank you, Samantha, for all that you do. Hey, I wanted you to, if you would, kind of unpack a little bit what it looks like, because I'm so intrigued by the idea of a company that's been around for 10 years, 15, 20 years, and they've only got a handful of reviews. How does that work to kind of dig into their database, link that to what we're doing, and create one of those campaigns? Because I think that would be tremendous to have businesses kind of going back to, to get not only to get reviews, but it puts them back in front of their existing clients. And kind of what does that look like?
That's a great question. So we actually, Nathan, if you don't mind unsharing your screen, I'm going to show something
Nope.
real fast.
Yeah.
So we have this little contacts section here. That is not only going to grab new contacts from somebody who uses our web chat feature or reviews or something like that, but it's also going to be able to grab contacts that they already have. If they use something like QuickBooks or something like Excel, we can always import them like this, or we can even connect them straight to their other platform if they use CRM or a website builder or something like that. So Bird Eye itself, or MarketChair itself, actually connects to over 3,000 other sites for contact and information data transfer. If they are not one of those 3,000, we can always use what's called Zapier. And Zapier is basically, that's what it does. It connects one site to another for information transfer. So we can actually bring over all of their previous clients as well as track and bring over new clients that come through their platform. So say it's a auto maintenance center and they want to send out a review to every person that comes in, gets an oil change. They check them in through their system, it zips over to our contacts, and then we can automate that campaign to send out a review request automatically as soon as they're put into the contacts and tagged. So it's a pretty cool system, and it's very able to work with. I haven't had an issue with a client yet not being able to be connected in some way.
So Sandra has her hand up, and there's also one question in the chat, which do they have to have a website? And then we'll go to you.
No, actually, they don't have to have a website. We have a couple clients that don't. And we can connect to their Facebook, their Instagram, or whatever they use. We offer as well, we offer within our platform what's called a review profile, which is basically a landing page. Give you an example.
Yeah, and the platform calls it a review profile. I like to even call it a reputation profile, because I think that, yeah, like it shows the full thing. So you can even sort of, if they're going from zero to hero here and they don't have much of a digital presence and they don't have their own full website, this becomes a way for them to, digitally put themselves out there. And you guys might have been on a training where Kenya covered this too, where she said, hey, if you're going to ask for a review or you're going to send out a post and maybe attach your website, put this, because if you have people just Googling you get all your competitors and all the noise that comes with a Google search, whereas this is controlling that narrative.
It is. It's basically a Google My Business page just for our client. And it has reviews on here, and these reviews do push out to their Google My Business page. So if they review here, they will show up on Google. They have all of their information. They've got an about our business. So their customers can see all about their business, can review their business, and contact their business from this landing page. So if they don't have a website, they can basically use this as their landing page to push out to their customers. And Sandra, would you like to ask a question?
Well, the one thing I was going to say real quick, if they don't have a website, more than likely we're going to recommend one in the proposal.
Yes, I agree.
Because if they don't have one, they should have one. But to what Sam just brought up, that is a good starting point, especially during the time of creating the lift of actually getting a website built and set up and off the ground. But if they're starting from square one, they need something, and having that page would be a perfect starting point.
Yeah, it's a great starting point. I don't think it is a long-term solution. Like Joe said, you do need to be established with a website eventually. But there are definitely businesses who run off of their social medias and things like that, especially small businesses, and they can use this as another tool to put themselves in front of more people digitally while they're in transition with a website.
Okay, thank you. That's great. Yeah, because lots of companies, they have website, but they are very old.
Oh, gotcha.
Isn't functional, yeah, right. Yes.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, you can show this to them and let them know that they have a place that you can have people land digitally.
Yeah, right. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
All right, Sandra.
One follow-up question and then another question. So as a customer, when you get that review request, I've gotten one from a local veterinary office where it pops up on a window and I can hit the stars and type something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that similar to what, our customers would, or our clients' customers would get? And then the second question is in regards to all the social media. I know we have AI to help with Facebook posts and the different posts. How involved do you get in with the client to support them on that?
with like social media specifically?
Yeah, with the package that we have AI to help write posts.
Mhm.
How involved you get to support? Because I'm also thinking I have a lot of contacts with pet sitters, so they're ones that are on the go, on the go, on the go. So how much time, do you allocate for that as well as what the customers get review wise?
So, that's a great question, and it's it's a little bit difficult to answer because it depends on the client. On a base level, I am going to support them in knowing how to post and using their calendar and using our post storage and leveraging the AI to write said post. And actually, that's what I'll be diving into on our next month like lesson and stuff like that. We'll be diving into that social media scheduler. So I will help them prepare them for everything they need. And on a base level, I have no problem supporting pushing anything out. But if we were to get into like doing graphics and managing on a continuous level their actual posts, that would probably not be that base level, like cost wise, because you got to think a social media manager is its own job. So that's its own entity. So I am there for support. I am there to walk them through it. I am there for questions. But
And just to echo what Samantha's saying, a big like area that we'll be building infrastructure on is what we call the MarketChair community. And that is going to be the Facebook group. That's going to be the blogs. It's going to be an educational kind of they ask you answer approach so that people can get educated on these things in a really specific way. So we don't want to overpromise and claim that because it has the social media capability that we will be doing their social media, because that's not part of the scope of work. That's not part of the platform. But it is important to educate them about the consistency of showing up on social media, how the AI can help them do that, how within MarketChair they can post in multiple platforms, Google being one of them that very few people know they should be posting to Google. So just bring advisory around that and don't apologize for it, because you're talking about a $497 a month product. I mean, this thing is power packed.